Met hun geweldige debuut Gorilla Manor bombarderen local natives zichzelf tot grote belofte van 2010. Daags na een concert in de Brusselse Botaniek sprak Cutting Edge met leadzangers Taylor en Ryan.
I climbed to the top of a hill, but I had just missed the sign. And although the descending arc was gone, left behind were the traces that always follow along. The most beautiful colors chase the sun. They ride for trail, a taunting gesture that seems to sing out loud.
Your debut album, Gorilla Manor, it's out in Europe, but it's not out in the US. Why is that?
I mean, mainly because we kind of situated ourselves with a record label over here and in Europe first. But I would say mainly because of South by Southwest is where we met a lot of people from overseas. And then a few months later we figured out which label we were going to sign with in the US. So, I mean, it wasn't a conscious decision just to release it over here first. It's just kind of how it happened.
Now, many reviews on the internet, you are compared with big names like Fleet Foxes, Arcade Fire, Vampire Weekend, and Yes Singer as well. What are your thoughts about that? Is that correct?
I mean, I don't know. I guess my perspective is that a journalist has to do that. They have to point readers in the direction and give them an association with the band. And so from that level I can understand the need to do that. And you know, I definitely think it's flattering. I think all of us are fans of those bands. They're great bands. So from that level, it's, you know, I guess it's understandable and it's okay. Exactly. So.
Now, how difficult is it to compose songs? Because I heard there are 3 good singers.
I mean, we've been playing together for a really long time now, and so there's just a sense that Ryan, Kelsey, and I are the 3 singers. We've been playing together since high school, so for 8 years now. We just know each other really well, and now we can just kind of easily fall into the grooves and see where we should sing together. And so there's definitely, you know, like I think a tension between the band, but when we're all writing, just because it's so collaborative. But I think it's one that's good, and that pushes us, you know, to break barriers and kind of think outside the box.
Now, local natives have recorded the Talking Heads cover, Warning Sign, which I really like. Are they your biggest influence, or was it just a coincidence?
It was just supposed to be a song that we were going to do for one show that we had in LA, and we just got a really good response from it live, and it's kind of taken on a life of its own because, you know, we started playing it more and more, and it got to this point where, you know, it almost seemed like just one of our own songs just because we played it so much. And yeah, it just seemed to really fit in with what we were doing, you know, with the rest of our own songs, with the drums and the harmonies. And yeah, it's definitely a big influence of ours is the Talking Heads, and I think it just worked out that this song, this cover song, kind of became part of our set. So.
Are there any other songs you would like to cover?
Thousands. We talk about them all the time.
I mean, we always figure that we want to do a cover song and make it our own. You know, we don't want to just play it as is. And so we always hear songs and we're like, oh, this would be cool. It'd be fun to, like, you know, do it this way or that way. And I think there's just not enough time in the day to do all these songs. So maybe one day we'll figure another one out.
Now I want to talk about the artwork for Gorilla Manor. It seems like exploding heads and meat and vegetables are a continuous theme in the artwork. Where did this idea come from?
That was Andy actually came up with that concept, and I think, you know, he explained it best as like we were all living together and we were all writing this album and we were all constantly immersed in this process, and you know, it was very, very consuming and very overwhelming, and sometimes it felt like, you know, our heads were literally just going to explode with everything that was going on and all these creative energies, I guess. And you know, the materials he used to make up the explosions are very like organic household items, and in some ways they relate to each person, each individual explosion. And so yeah, I think it was just like a nice image that fit kind of the I don't know, the atmosphere of the writing process. And also I think it was cool because, you know, it's somewhat disturbing and ugly looking, but also I think there's a lot of beauty in it, so it's a nice dichotomy. And yeah, so I don't know, I'm really proud of the artwork because, you know, we did it ourselves, and I think it's like a personal touch, you know, on the album.
Now I read on your MySpace yesterday that you tried to DJ. Oh.
Yeah.
How was that?
Well, it was supposed to just be this silly, fun thing, and
What did you use?
I used my iPod, and the other guy used his BlackBerry, so we were like mixing between the two. And yeah. See, I tried to play some good stuff that I liked, you know what I mean? Like, I threw in some Talking Heads, I threw in some like Beach Boys and stuff, but you know, I found out that when you're DJing a club like that, you can't always play those songs. And so the other guy, he would put on like, God, what did he play? He played like, you know, borderline like techno, like goofy songs, you know. So I think he played the Thong Song too by Cisco, you know, because
So Brian's playing all this cool, good music, and everyone's like this, and then James puts on this like super cheesy song, and everyone goes crazy.
Yeah, it's
really
just
hard.
It's really hard to do.
That's something you will do again?
I would love to do it again, but maybe at a place that likes the type of music that I like. I don't know. It was just very, very interesting.
Alright. I would like to wish you all luck for the future.
Thank you.
Thank you
Thank you.
for the interview.
Yeah,
Of course.
appreciate
Thank
it.
you for coming and talking to us.